Most of us are in the process during our lives of trying to find ourselves or trying to own who we are or become authentic. And it's so uncomfortable to live your life where you can't find that purpose, where you don't know what it is, and you continually search for it and you have all this doubt about what it could be. But then the more uncomfortable thing to do and the more uncomfortable way to live your life is to discover what that is and then not being able to own it. And that's what I've done. See, because I had to use a title that said I was sent to save the world or to change the world. Because it didn't need to be saved or it didn't need to be changed. And that's what I'm going to say, to change the world. And you will hear that and we think that's ridiculous and that can't possibly happen. And then that's why the world doesn't change. And say the way that I was supposed to help to change the world is by causing you to live the best life possible. That's what my entire life was about. And I didn't believe it and I didn't want to do it. And I didn't want to tell you. So now today I have to be vulnerable and tell you because I know today is the day where things change and the energies have moved because that's what I discovered. See, I lived my life bringing in this work. It started in 1989 and I just have to be really completely authentic and vulnerable and kind of humiliate myself. When I talked about that a while ago when I did a video, said public humiliation can be liberating, and that's because you stop hiding who you are and you start owning who you are. And I've never been able to do that, not fully, but then that was also purposeful because now I can give to others the ability to be able to own themselves, because we all come in to do something that is meant to cause our life to prosper in some way that we can give to others. Years ago, when I remembered what Zig Ziglar said about if you can have everything you want, if you can get other people to have everything they want, well, now I can get everyone to have everything they want because I was given a philosophy that will change your life, and that's what will change the world. The only difficulty is believing that, because I didn't believe it either. But now I have proof, so now I can show you. And it's been a struggle for me for so many years to be able to do that. But now we've advanced, which is what we're meant to do. We've advanced in our technology and what we can understand. We've also advanced in our consciousness. And that's the thing that I was meant to demonstrate because I was able to tap into universal consciousness and access information that told me who you were, that told me you were meant to be here and you were meant to do something wonderful, and all you had to do was move through all of the old stuff, which are generational programming, and Wilhelm gave us a way to be able to accomplish that. Believing it was our only challenge, me included. See, in 2005, I had this dream where this was going to happen, and I said, that's not possible, and then I put it away so I wouldn't have to look at it. You've had something as well that you know you're supposed to do, and it might have been put away, and now it's staring at you because the energies of the world have changed. So in this document that I created, you will see where I talked about Wilhelm's philosophy. And the reason I didn't understand it or couldn't accept it, or why you couldn't, is because it hadn't been done before. We have difficulty accepting something that we've never seen. This is why I had to talk about it today, because I want you to accept something unique about yourself that has never been seen in this world before, because that's what will cause the world to change and become what it could be. When I kept receiving the messages that said, Roger, you came to be loved, I go, what does that mean? Why would that be necessary? And they said, because your world is going to be moving through this period where not everyone is going to remember who they are or remember that they are loved. And that's the information that came through. And so now I get to say that I am the only person in history that has done this. And that seems like that would be a great honor, and it would be if more people would believe it. But we rarely believe things that we've never seen before. But now you'll have some documented proof you can go through and read, because my only desire is for people to live the lives they're supposed to have and for all of us to have a much better world. I never wanted to do, I thought I was going to do, channeling or anything like that. Then to discover that I made this unique connection with Wilhelm that had never been seen, and that's why it was different. That's why I can access information for individuals that they couldn't understand and I couldn't understand it either. But there are many things as we develop as humans that we don't understand. And our logical thinking will try to hold us into place, but that doesn't always work because then we don't evolve. And that's what I had to tell you today, because the way that I get to change the world is by allowing you to live this incredible life. And now it's here. And you got to see this. This was how it started, though. And it was me sitting down every day and writing. That's what it was. Every single day I wrote in longhand, those messages that stopped like 6 years ago. Now I can just type it. And then it turned into a complete philosophy, and that's the document that you will see and understand, because I want you to know that you are not limited in any way. And that's the one thing that I'm meant to give you and give our world. We think that things can't change. They could. The more of us who decide that we're going to become our wonderful, greatest self, then the world will change. And that's the information. And you'll see how it's all laid out and it was organized. And your life is organized as well. That's what you'll understand. Your birth chart, when you came in, your energetic birth code was organized, and now it's awakening to something within you. And that's why you might have been feeling a little uncomfortable recently, but now you will see that there's a way for you to get to that place where you can live your greatest life. But we have to take the next step, and that's what I'm doing. I put all this together because I wanted you to have it, because I understand most people will not believe this. Consciousness is something that is challenging for us to understand, even when we develop something new and it works, because my entire life is healed. It still is difficult for us to believe because we also have cognitive dissonance. We can't believe something we haven't seen. But I have to move on, because in November 2nd, I'll be 75, and I'm going to put all this work together and prove it to the world, because that would be my life, my legacy. And putting out something like this that I know people are going to be so skeptical, that's not even possible. I'm saying I lived it. I do see it, and I do know all the world conditions, everything that's happened. Wilhelm told us. It's been in all the documents. We just don't believe ourselves at times. I didn't believe me either. So I know things in your life the thing that you're looking at may be difficult for you, but it's here now. So please visit the document. You'll see all of it, and then look at the program, because what I'm doing is cutting it off where tomorrow I talked about this, because then I'm giving everyone all of the information, because it's 36 years of this work that can take anyone to wherever they're meant to be in their lives. And that I do know. Every question has been answered that you would have a question about anything. You can even start checking that by going to the website and put in a search and ask your question and see. I couldn't believe it either. But that's what's here, and this is what I have to put together now. When I put the first people, and when you hear the testimonials, you'll see they only did 31 days of this work. I have 36 years. We're going to do so much, and you are not limited. No matter what you're experiencing now, I don't care where you are, there's another level, and you will understand that as you read this document. Have a wonderful day. See you soon.